lab will be seeing on Azure Kubernetes services, but the deployment is via Helm charts. Okay, so we don't need to create any resources, or we don't need to create any Helm charts configurations or Kubernetes deployment.yaml or other things manually. So we can do everything automated with the help of Azure portal. So I'm just logging to Azure portal, and under here I'm just searching it for DevOps starter. So if you see, there will be an option called as DevOps starter pack. So just choose this DevOps starter and then create a DevOps starter. And for sample purposes, I'm just using a Node.js application. So I'm using this Node.js, and then the next framework I'm just choosing it as Express.js or simple Node.js. So let it be Express.js. And then where I need to deploy, either I can deploy it on a web app or a containers or Kubernetes. So this time we are going to choose a Kubernetes services. And then I'm clicking on next, and this is going to be my project name. So I'm just clicking at sample demo AKS. Okay, and I'm choosing my organization name, and okay, the name is available, and the cluster name is also available, location is fine, and the node count I'm just giving it as 3. And under additional settings, this is my resource group is fine, and Kubernetes version is fine, node count is 3, and then I'm just choosing an ACR is fine, standard, everything is good. So now I have just chosen everything that is required for my deployment, and then when I click on done, what happens? Automatically Azure will create a coding, Azure will create an ARM templates, Azure will create a CI pipelines, and Azure will create a CD pipelines. So this will be a wonderful opportunity for us to use Azure to learn a Kubernetes deployment using an Helm charts if we don't know anything on the Kubernetes as well, because Azure will guide you an end-to-end process, and then it will tell you like what is our coding and what is the pipeline configurations and everything. So we just need to use this starter pack, and then we just need to run the pipelines and then see the scripts accordingly. Okay, so let this starter pack gets completed, and then I will switch over to Azure DevOps, and then I'll show you guys what is the different configurations that is going on. So it is just running it now. Let's give, okay, if you see the starter pack is completed, I'm going to the resource. Now this is my starter pack resource. When I go to my Azure DevOps, this is my Azure DevOps, and then when I refresh it, I'll be able to see a sample demo AKS. So when I go inside it, okay, so because my starter pack name is sample demo AKS, and I have the project created sample demo AKS, and when I go to the repositories, I can see two things. One is an application repository where I'll be having my Helm chart. So this is my charts, and this is my Helm charts and charts.yaml file where I'll be describing all the configurations of my sample app, and this is my values for my Helm charts. And then I obviously will have a app.js because this is my React.js application. So I'm just having my Express.js application, so I just have this, and then I have my package.json for my applications, and then this is my Docker file. And under this Docker file, I'm just exposing the port number 8080, and then I'm copying the package.json and running npm install, and the command to start is npm start. Alright, now this is about my application. I also have an ARM templates to create a container registry. So this is the ARM templates to create my container registry. This is my ARM templates to create an AKS clusters automatically, and this is my ARM templates to create an application insights for my application insights for my AKS cluster. Right now, when I go to my pipeline, I can see the pipeline is already running. So when I click on the pipeline, I can click on edit and check what is the pipeline that is being configured automatically by Azure. If you see, the first step is going to be my ACR creation. So Azure template creation. With the help of this template container registry template, I'm just creating an Azure container registry, and then automatically I need to build an image, and then I need to push an image, and here is where I'm trying to install my Helm charts with the version of 3.2.0, and then I'm creating a Helm package because I have this package command with the help of the chart sample app. I'm just trying to create an Helm package manager, and then I'm copying my ARM templates and artifacts also. I'm just trying to copy it to the release pipeline. So we'll just see the pipeline, like where it is running and in what steps it is actually running. When I go inside it, I can see the ACR is created, and then image is being built and the image is being pushed, and then the Helm charts is being installed, Helm package is created, and the ARM templates is copied, and the artifacts are being published. And when I click on this artifact, I can just see the drop location, and under which I'm just copying my application insights.json file, and then aks cluster.json file, and then the template registry.json file, and obviously my sample zip file to deploy it into my aks cluster. Right. Now, when I go to my release pipeline, the release pipeline will also be automatically created by Azure. When I click on edit, I can see this is my configuration coming from my CI pipeline, and this is my development stage. And when I go inside it, I will have 7 tasks. First task is actually to preserve my tags of my Azure, and then the next task is a resource manager template deployment to create my AKS cluster. The next is actually extracting the informations from my particular cluster by using a PowerShell commands. The next is, here is where I'm just trying to create a Kubernetes namespace cluster and everything, and I'm trying to set up the records and then pull up the secrets and everything over here. When I go to the secrets, I can see the Docker secrets and everything is being automatically created. And the final thing is, like, I'm just installing an Helm version, and then I'm trying to upgrade the Helm package manager, the package which we have created it on our pipeline. I'm just trying to give it over here, and then I'm trying to give a command called upgrade, and this is my tar.zip file which we have taken it from our particular CI pipeline, right? So these are all the list of arguments that I am trying to give it. So once after the complete deployment of Kubernetes with the help of Helm and everything is completed, we can log into Azure, and then we can see the list of resources that has been created for us. So now when we go to the release pipeline, you can see the release pipeline is already in progress. And when I go here, I can see the artifacts are being downloaded, and then the Azure tags is being automatically preserved for us. And then the next step will be to check the, okay, this is the section where we are trying to install the Kubernetes cluster for us, right? Okay, so the deployment is starting now, and this is my deployment of my AKS cluster. And how do I look into this deployment? I can go to my Azure, and then I can go to my resource groups, and under the resource group, this is my sample demo AKS resource group. And when I go to this deployment sections over here, I can see the deployment that has been happening from Azure perspective. Like if you see, it is 11 seconds. And when I click inside it, I can see what are all the deployments happening from Azure. If you see the sample demo AKS, which is our workspace is created, and then the Kubernetes cluster is getting created from this particular screen, right? Once after it is created, it will try to extract the information using PowerShell, and then it will try to create a namespaces under Kubernetes, and then it will try to deploy our images, and then it will install the Helm charts, and then it will try to upgrade the packages that we have created it using our CI pipeline, and then finally we can see our results. So let us wait for another couple of minutes to see this steps getting completed, right? Okay, so the green color are the ones that has been completed, and the blue color are the ones that has been running at present. So let us wait and watch. Deployment is still running, and the clusters are still getting created. Here it is trying to create a manage clusters for us. So let it get completed. Let's give another minute or so. some time. Okay, so my deployment is completed over here. So now when we go to the resource group, we can see the K8s cluster is created and its corresponding application insights is created, log analytics workspace is created, the ACR container registry is created, and when we go to our container registry, under repositories we can see the images that has been pushed out from our CI pipeline. So this is our image that has been pushed out from our CI pipeline as well. Now when we go to the release pipeline, we can see the next set of informations. Kubernetes deployment is completed, the image secrets are pulled out, Helm charts has been installed, and now the Helm upgrade has been going on now with the package that we have created it from our CI pipeline. We'll wait for another minute to get it completed, and then we'll finally see our output. Let me try to refresh it one more time. In the meantime, let me go to Azure and then I'll show you the Kubernetes cluster. So I'm just going to my resource group, and this is my Kubernetes cluster which has been created for me. And then when I go to this node pools, I can see by default we are given 3 node pool counts. If I wanted to scale up, I can just click over here and then I can just try to scale up and scale down. Let it get upgraded like it is. Okay, so under namespaces, I can just go and see the list of namespaces that is available for me. These are all the list of namespaces that is available. Okay, and when I go to my services, I can see the list of services that has been deployed for me over here. Okay, so if you see still the Helm deployment is happening, and once after the deployment is completed, I can see the sample lab over here, and this is my external IP which is mapped from 8080 to 307549 under TCP. And if I have any ingress connections, I can just see it over here. At present, I don't have anything over here, right? So let us wait for this deployment to get completed, and once if it is completed, then we will be able to click on this particular external IP, and then we will be able to see our sample application, right? So let us give for another minute or so to get it completed.